All right. So keeping with our bits, and Jim, he dug the knife in deep with this one. We're doing overrated, underrated. For those of you who don't know, we basically each pick a side on a particular topic, game, series, whatever the case is. One of us goes underrated, one of us goes overrated, and it's not necessarily our opinions, as is this goddamn case. But Jim chose the original Resident Evil, and if you watch this channel, you know that's my favorite series. It's my favorite game. Probably Resident Evil Remake. I might pick over the original Resident Evil. It's up for debate. Either way, Jim made me pick that's overrated. And Jim's underrated. So I'm going to let him go first because I still have to formulate an opinion because I've won every debate to this point. So I'll let Jim go first with...
I'll say that is debatable.
Some things are, there's fact, and then there's debate. I mean,
Debate.
come on. Could you imagine? Just imagine.
God.
Just imagine. So, Jim is underrated for the original Resident Evil game, and I will be overrated. So, Jim, I will let you take it away.
Look, right. If there's one argument that you use on me for a lot of the games I like, and the harshest argument of that is that I typically only like games because of my nostalgia for the game. So you'll say, this game's shit, but because you jacked off to it when you were 8 years old, oh, this is one of the best games ever. So let's take, for example, the classic Resident Evil. A game with, arguably, such a bad control scheme that anyone who's picking up Resident Evil today is saying, all over social media, I've never enjoyed a Resident Evil game until the Resident Evil 2 remake, or RE7, the same engine. Because who wants to play a game where, oh, I walk 2 steps, gotta turn all the way around. Oh, I'm gonna walk another 2, turn all the way around. A game where the things that people love about the most are the wrong reasons. Like the people who are out there like, oh, it's so funny with the voice acting. So because your voice acting's bad, and because they did a bad job making it, all of a sudden we're supposed to accept that as the game being good? Now, I know that there's bad for so bad it's good, which, let's be honest out there. That's just, you're being disingenuous for something like that. It's a thing that you want to say, I like, but I'm going to justify it by saying, oh, it's enjoyable though. No. It's still kind of shit. Now, let's beyond the fact that a game, the vanilla one, was so bad it had to be remade like 3 times to add in auto assist and little things here and there. Also, with the third version on the DualShock Director's Cut, having redone music because the original composer stole a lot of stuff. So they had to rush it, and that's why you have the basement theme, which is a laughingstock of all of gaming, basically.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Go ahead.
I know you're terrible at debates,
Go on.
and we've proven this, but you know you're supposed to be fighting for underrated. And you've just proven my point, and I might have just won this debate. So, if you want to rethink about you might be driving towards an argument, but if you're fighting for this game to be underrated, I think you're hurting your chances. So, I'm going to say, once again, I've almost already won. Thank you. And I win again, right? I mean, you can try. You actually put this topic in here.
No, I put this in here to fuck you.
And you assign people. So, what you're saying is, Daddy wins again? Because I can't now fight on the side that that you assigned me. You made me do overrated, so I win.
Here's the thing.
I thought you were going somewhere with this.
No, I'm about to take the goddamn L, all right? Because I hate myself. I specifically set this up to try and fuck you, and I wind up cross-fucking myself because I'm 6 beers in, and I forget what I wrote down 20 minutes ago. So because I am dumb as shit, thank God no one watches these podcasts. So for the 100 people out there who are going to see this fuck up, this colossal fuck up, enjoy.
This is one of our more popular bits and segments, Jim. So people will see it. So can you just look at the camera and say, Brian won this one? Because
Brian did not win, but Jim definitely.
Can you just say
Jim made himself lose?
Jim, why
because
don't you
Jim is a dum dum.
Why don't you be a big man and say Brian won this one?
Brian did not win because he didn't say shit. But
Exactly. Sometimes you have a presence and you don't need to say shit, and that's what's been proven here.
the worst. What a colossal fuck up. The worst part.
God.
I really hate myself.
What's really
the worst?
amazing...
The worst part about this is I had a lot of stuff in my head to go. This is why it's underrated, and then I immediately, God.
What's amazing is Jim started, and I'm like, okay, he's starting to point. Like I thought he's literally doing the Eminem 8 Mile thing, which is he's pointing out all the obvious negative things and gonna overcompensate. But then he just kept going. And I'm like, I'm gonna let this go until a point where I can clearly be like, okay, so you don't know which way you're going with this argument. Which the whole point of the segment is who's a better arguer. It's not even the point. So I win. Now I will say the game is underrated, even though Jim helped prove my argumentative point. So thank you, Jim. And next week. Or next time, I'll say for this, I'm going to pick Streets of Rage. And Jim is going to have to explain why it's so overrated. And don't worry, I'll stick to the right topics because I win. So thank you for making this real easy, Jim.
I have nothing to say. So, you know what? Even though the true nature of the bit is ruined this week by my hand,
yes.
The entertainment factor... for everyone but me, is off the charts.
We might have to bring belts back because I'm champ right now.
You know what? Bring the belts back so I can wrap it around my neck right now until there's nothing left.
So the final topic for today.
I can't wait.
Oh, this is gonna get shared, and I hope everyone comments on it and just everyone that follows us on Twitter. You know that Jim is a Twitter guy, but. You really get to see the true Jim character.
The worst part here is that I get to promote me fucking up. That's the best part. I have to go in there saying, we debate whether the original Resident Evil, because Resident Evil's a hot topic right now, is overrated or underrated.
Oh, that'll probably
and we get into a heated debate. I'll tell you what for.
So that'll probably be the first video pulled from this podcast for a segment, so enjoy.
That should be the trailer for the website.
Ah, I love it. And you wonder why your name is Blub Blub.
I have nothing.
And you know what? Do me a favor. Just look at the camera, because we need this at this point. Give me a good derp.
Derp.
No, I said a good derp.
Derp!
Thank you. All right, so moving on.
God,
Jim.
I had you. You were not looking forward to this.
You did, but I still win.